Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to wherever you are in the world, welcome to All Things Real Estate Youth, the one and only billionaire from Alex, sitting next to a billionaire from Waterfall City in Hirsch's right now. The new store, you better come here, guys. You can tell I'm so excited. There was just a networking session right here in the store. Why it's newly opened, some new stuff, looking good. It's where billionaires hang out like me with Mrs. Margaret Hirsch right now. I'm not even going to do an intro. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a phenomenal woman, a woman of substance, a woman of valor. Let her introduce herself. Let her tell you what she's about. Mrs. Margaret Hirsch, how are you today, ma'am?
I'm brilliant, thanks. How are you?
Ma'am, I'm so great. So first and foremost, how was the networking session? I know this is a newly open store right now in Waterfall. How was it, ma'am? Can you just give us a glimpse?
It was amazing. We had over 100 people. You cannot believe how entrepreneurial everybody has become in South Africa. To me, it made my heart sing because I believe that the entrepreneurs of this country are what kept it afloat over COVID. And here, the entrepreneurs didn't only have one job. They had two different things that they were running, three different things that they were running. I mean, it's just amazing. We had everything from people running funeral parlors to people running social media to plumbers to welders, you just name it, they were all here networking amongst each other, working together across everything. Yeah, it was incredible.
So great to hear that. I love the fact that you're saying entrepreneurs is what kept this country afloat during the COVID.
Absolutely, 100%.
But now I want to know from your side, Mr. So if someone is asking themselves, I'm seeing these stores a lot. I'm not sure who this person is. Is this a surname? Is this a family business? Can you just give us a brief background of who you are, ma'am, and maybe just what got into you?
It's a family business. It started, I married my husband when I was 21 and he was 24. Yeah, in those days you got married younger. And so, so we didn't have a business. We both worked in a job. And and what happened is when after I was married for 5 years, I got pregnant and my boss fired me just like that. So
my goodness.
Fired, you're gone, go away. So in those days, there's nothing you could do. There was no CCMA. So I took my handbag, I went home, and I started my business that same night. But I started my own business. I was a shorthand typist and I used to type letters in the day and people would fetch them in the night. People would come at night, I'd type the letters, they'd fetch them in the day. And at the same time, my husband was working as a refrigeration mechanic because he only ever passed standard 7. He had never passed his standards because he had a learning problem, but they didn't know in those days what it was. So his father said, you better work with your hands because you obviously haven't got any brains. And he believed him. And how often do you believe people and they say things about you that are not true? He knew he had brains, but everybody told him he didn't, so he thought he didn't. So he worked with his hands, he became a refrigeration mechanic. And he was working as a refrigeration mechanic, and sometimes the things worth fixing, and he'd say to his boss, why don't you sell them a new one? And his boss said, nah, bro. Anyway, long story short, his boss said, if you think you can do it, go do it. So I lost my job. He handed in his notice at his job. We had 900 Rand between us, and we decided to start Hirsch's. So we started just fixing appliances. We didn't sell them in those days. We only fixed the broken ones. And then if the lady couldn't fix it, we would go and buy one and sell to her. And because people won't give you credit, you have to build up a rapport and everything. But we started slowly. And I think a lot of people today think you just become rich overnight. It was a long, hard haul. We started with we sold one fridge, then we sold one washing machine, then we sold, but there's always what's called a tipping point, and our tipping point was a microwave oven. Because we got this, one rep gave us this microwave oven, and in 1979 nobody knew what a microwave oven was. So we took it home, we experimented. I love cooking and I love speed, so it was really nice. So I could cook a chicken in 20 minutes, I baked a cake in 3 minutes, and I started showing other people how to do it. And our shop was so small, it was as big as your toilet. So we had to put all the stuff outside on the pavement. I invited the ladies in. I started cooking in the microwave. And from there, our business just started to blossom because people saw that we cared about them. We were there to serve them. We were there to show them how to use their new appliances. And we started slowly, and we built up over the years. And it built up slowly. But today, we're very happy to say we've got a multi-billion Rand business that runs here. And we came to Waterfall because it's the most up-and-coming area in South Africa. And we've got a beautiful store here with top-of-the-range products. And we sell amazing things. We sell a thing called an airdresser, where you put your clothes in and it just steams them and cleans them like dry cleans, and you can take them out the next day. We have, you can see these beautiful big laser TVs. We have all the latest products. We have products for gaming. We have the latest of all the AEG appliances for cooking. So we have something for everybody in the home right here.
So it's basically the stuff that billionaires can buy. not just anyone.
And our company goes across the board. We come to the poorest of poor, and no matter where they are, we deliver to the townships every day. In fact, those people are buying more than anybody else today.
Okay, wow, interesting.
We deliver over the whole of South Africa. And for our online store, we deliver over the whole of South Africa every single day, 7 days a week.
Oh, I was thinking, what for, Mrs. Hirsch? I'm thinking it's only people like us, me and you, can come. So I thought my friends in Alexandra, they don't stand a chance.
They're very welcome here. Yeah, we've got something for everybody.
Wonderful. So, Mrs. Hirsch, some people say, oh, I prefer real estate, investing in my property, get my monthly cash flow. Some people probably do Forex, Bitcoin trading nowadays. What made you go into the furniture business? Like thinking about appliances, you got these trucks that bring in all these heavy appliances into your store. You got to make sure they clean, and then you still need to sell them to people. What got into the furniture business?
Well, it started very, very slowly. We started with just like one fridge, one stove, one washing machine, and then we built up. And people would come and say, but I'm looking for a lounge suite. So we started getting lounge suites. I'm looking for a bed. So we got beds in. So they would say, I'm looking for small appliances for my kitchen. We got those in. So it started slowly, and it just built up. Now we have everything for the home, absolutely everything. And we didn't say now we're going to get furniture. And people asked us, and we work the show at the moment. We work in the House and Garden show in Durban, and people say to us, "This is what I want you to do. I want you to carry air purifiers because I'm not COVID's gone, but I'm still not happy. I want an air purifier for my house, so we carry air purifiers. There's all the load shedding now. People say I want a generator. We carry generators. So whatever people ask us for, we do. Yeah.
Wonderful. So I want to know, Mrs. Hirsch, being an entrepreneur myself, and just for my viewers out there, because I've got a very young audience, still up and coming, some are aspiring entrepreneurs. They probably want to know, obviously, there's a quote that says it takes 10 years to develop an overnight success.
Yeah.
So you didn't just become this multi-billion rand business overnight.
No.
So someone is asking themselves, what are the challenges that you faced at the beginning? More especially, maybe someone would say you're a woman in this business. I'm just talking about the heavy appliances that you might need to carry and all. So what are some of the early challenges that you faced towards starting your business, and how did you overcome them?
The biggest that you always face, and what we learned the hard way, but what I teach to all entrepreneurs today, remember I run an entrepreneurs club. It's been every week during COVID, but it's going to be once a month from now on, where any entrepreneur can come in. We teach them how to run a business. We teach them, free of charge, they can learn from our mistakes and be able to run a business. Because South Africa, I can tell you now, because I've been all over the world, and I have businesses all over the world.
Come on.
South Africa is the easiest place to start a business and to run a business successfully.
Please say that again, Mrs. Hirsch. Sorry to disturb you. I need you to say that to my viewers right there. They're young. Some are thinking, oh, it's all doom and gloom. Oh, it's just too bad. Oh, no, I need to be a certain type. I need to be a woman. Oh, I need to be young. I need to know people in politics. Mrs. Hirsch, please repeat what you just said right now.
So South Africa is the easiest place to start a business and to run a successful business in the whole world. And I can tell you that for sure. I've just come back from America 2 weeks ago, and I can tell you now it is the easiest place here. It is just amazing here. Here we can make a plan. Here they've got so many rules and regulations. In Australia, rules and regulations like you cannot believe. Here we are made for entrepreneurs. We are made for entrepreneurial spirit. And people say, but all I want is a job. Well, you can get a job. If you get a job, you'll make a living. If you start a business, you'll make a fortune. Oh, the choice is yours.
Come on, guys. Are you listening there?
All right.
If you get a job, you can make a living. If you get a business,
you make a fortune.
Come on, guys.
And it's there to be made. This is a country of wealth and opportunity. There's abundance out there. But what's the problem? The problem is you've been taught from when you were little. There's not enough. There's lack. We haven't got enough. What do you think? I'm not going to give you money. Do you think money grows on trees? And the answer is, what's money made of? Paper. Where does paper come from? The trees. So money does grow on trees, and there is enough out there for everybody. Some people think it's only good, I'll just have a little. It's just as easy to make 1 rand as to make 1,000,000 rand. You've got to decide what you want. It says in the Bible, ask and you'll receive, seek and you'll find, knock and the doors will be open. It does not say sit on your ass and do nothing. Now you look at the birds. You look at the birds outside there. You see one hungry bird. There's no birds that are hungry. But what are the birds doing from the morning to the night? They're hustling. They're looking this bit of seed, that bit of seed, and they're doing a little bit. They're getting that food. So God makes food for all the birds, but he doesn't throw it in the nest. God has got enough money for all of you, but he's not going to throw it in your lap. You've got to get up there and you've got to make it happen. There's 2 words. What's the secret of success? 2 words only. Hard work. And that's why very few people are rich, because they're not prepared to work hard. In this country, if you're prepared to work, I want to tell you, you will make a fortune. There is no shadow of doubt.
Come on, Mrs. Howard. Guys, you heard the Nizwile, ne? This is a billionaire businesswoman telling us hard work. This thing of work smart and all this Instagram success.
That doesn't work. It's in the
nonsense,
movies.
guys.
You watch too much Netflix. That's what happens in Netflix. But in real life, it's hard work that gets it going. But then people say to me, but Mrs. Hirsch, I want to go and get educated. I want to get a degree. You know, I didn't have time to get a degree. I came from a poor family.
Are you kidding?
I was a single mother. My mother worked at Nini and Leicester in Durban for 30 Rand a month. That's what we lived on, 30 Rand a month. So I've been poorer than the poor. I've been poorer than anybody out there. But I can tell you something. I decided that I was not be poor anymore. I decided, and it's all a decision. It's a decision that you make in your head. I decided I'm tired of being poor. I don't want to be like this anymore. What am I going to do to make sure that I don't want, and so that I can help other people that are in the position of being poor? Because I didn't know any better. So I've learned a lot, and that's why I teach people all day, every day. I go into the schools, I teach in the schools. But then I had no education. I had no formal education. I had a matric. In 1967, I wrote matric, and I got a standard grade matric, because girls in those days used to drop maths in grade standard 8, which is now grade 10. So I didn't have matric maths. So I decided when I was 60, I'm tired of people coming, give me money for my education. I said, I'm going to prove to you that you can work a 16 to 18-hour day, which I do, and still study and still pass. So when I was 60, I went back to school. I did matric maths, so I could get my matric maths.
Hirsch.
And then after that, I did my business degree, I did my postgrad, and I did my master's when I was 70.
At the age of 70. Mrs. Hirsch, you've got these multi-billion rand businesses and you're still going. It seems like you're only getting started.
Yeah, I'm
what
only
keeps
getting
you
started now.
What keeps you motivated?
When people come to me now and
desire?
they say to me, you must give me money for my education. I say, no, I worked an 18-hour day and I studied and I passed. If I can do that, you can do it too. So, and now I'm doing another postgrad in digital marketing, so I can be up to date with the latest technology. You know, it's no good getting a degree and sitting back and saying, I've got my degree, now what?
Yeah.
You won't get a job, because a lot of you guys go out and you get a fang-dangle degree that there's no jobs for you anyway. You've got to go and say, what can I do? What is my passion? What do I really want to do? And then you work your passion. I work my passion every day. My passion is building up entrepreneurs so that they can make money out of their businesses. Because so many times you'll see, when you want to start a business, what's the first thing you do? The word to me is a swear word. It's called funding. Funding is a swear word to me, because what you get is funding, and then as soon as you start making money, you start the business, you'll start making money, but the minute you start making money, you've got to pay the funding back. And so you're working hard, but you haven't got the money, you've got to give it back to
the investor.
So you say, but why am I working so hard? I still haven't got any money. So the way to start a business, and I do it all the time, I've done it with a lady came to me, I was sitting in my branch in Brakpan. A woman came running in, she said to me, Margaret, you've got to help me. She said, I'm tired of being poor. I'm 56 years old, I've been poor my whole life, I've had it. And I said to her, okay, how much money have you got? And we tipped her bag upside down, we counted all the cents, we got to 30 Rand. That's all we started a business with 30 Rand. We went and we bought ingredients at the spa, and we came back and we made one cake. We sold it for 60 Rand. We then went back to the spa and we bought ingredients for 2 cakes, and we sold them for 120 Rand. We went back to the spa, we bought more ingredients for 240 Rand. We bought ingredients for 120, we sold them for 240, and that is how she built up her business. Today she drives a Mercedes Benz, she lives in a beautiful home, she's got everything that she wants. Yeah. I started with 30 Rand. So I built businesses from as little as 30 Rand.
Never despise the day of small beginnings.
Never.
Very much true. Mrs. Hirsch, you talked about a very important subject in South Africa here. I once heard a lady that said sometimes the youth, it's not that they lack drive or any vision, they just need the right mentorship. You talked about an entrepreneurs club that you run. So I want to ask you, how important is mentorship, more especially for someone who's an entrepreneur? There's not too many successful people who've been through the channel.
Not many successful people who take the time, because to stay successful, you've got to keep working.
Yeah.
So the only reason I can talk to you today is because my son's taken over my business, and now he runs it successfully, but I still work in the business, but he's running it.
Yes.
If I was running it, I wouldn't have time to talk to you, because I'm an entrepreneur. I've got to make money, because if I'm not earning money now, I haven't got money coming in. So hang on a sec, Shannon, pass me
It's not a problem, ma'am. This is YouTube, this is podcasting, you're allowed to do anything. There's no rules, this is not TV.
Really?
This part is not even going to be edited, ma'am, so don't worry.
Oh, really? Okay.
Plus, you're successful, you're adding value to people's lives right now. You can do whatever you want, ma'am. Don't
thank
you
you
worry.
very much.
It's a young channel, youthful, vibrant, there's no suits around here, so don't you worry, ma'am.
So, yeah, so where were we? So
Mentorship.
so mentorship. So a lot of people come and say, "Will you mentor me?" Now, my version of mentoring them is teaching them the right thing.
Yes.
Their version of me mentoring them is me doing all the hard work and they're sitting back and taking glory.
Can't do that.
And that's
young
what
people.
they believe. That's honestly what they believe. They come to me and they say, "Will you mentor me?" I say, "Yes, this is what you've got to do." "Oh no, I don't want to do anything." I'll tell you a true story. A true story. I was sitting in my branch in Umhlanga and this girl comes in and she is beautiful. She says, "I've come. I want a job." And I looked at her. And I said, "Tell me your name." Her name was Faith. And she had beautiful hair. She had a crop top. She had low slung jeans. She looked amazing. And I said to her, "Faith, you've got to understand, you're never going to get a job looking like that. Because men won't employ you because they're scared you're going to cause ructions in the business. And women will never employ you because you're prettier than them. So you've got to sit down. I'm going to tell you, you'll never get a job looking like that." So she went, she was very upset. She stayed in KwaMashu and she was very upset. She was walking home and she got to her house. She looked up and her neighbor worked for SA Airways in those days. And she had all her old uniforms and her new uniforms hanging on the line. So she went and knocked at the neighbor's door and she said, "Will you lend me one of your old uniforms?" So the girl said yes. And she came in the next day dressed like an SAA air hostess in an old uniform. And she said, "I'm here for the job." I said, "Okay, Faith, you look amazing." I said, "What can you do?" She said, "Do? I don't want to do anything. I just want the job."
Oh my goodness.
And you see, that is the concept that she had been taught all up. She just needed a job. She didn't realize she actually had to do something to keep the job. So I said, "What is your perception?" She said, "Well, I get dressed up every morning. I come to work. You give me free tea and coffee. I can go for lunch and I can go for an hour and go out and see what I can buy. And I come back, I get some more free tea and coffee in the afternoon, and then I go home." And that was her perception of a job. She did not realize she actually had to work. And that's what we teach at Hirsch, is we teach the people how to work hard and have a good work ethic. Because you need a good work ethic to understand you've got to work hard consistently. Because I cannot tell you how many people, and I employed last week I employed an extra 150 people. Our business is growing exponentially.
Just last week alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we employed 150 people. Now, out of those, more than, I'd say probably 50% went off sick in the first 2 weeks.
Oh my
of
goodness
being
me.
employed. Yeah.
My goodness me.
Yeah, it's incredible. They don't understand that they actually have to work hard for their living. They don't understand it. They say, "I haven't had a job for 2 years. Please give me a job." You give them the job as choose Bob. And 1 week, 10 days, they're off sick.
Oh my
And they're
goodness.
not really sick. I mean, I'm 72 years old and I'm working 7 days a week.
Just like
Yeah, so you can imagine. My husband's 76. He's working a 7-day week. So
Wow.
I remember Richard Mapanya. In
one of my
2014,
favorite heroes.
2014, I won most influential woman in business in Africa. He won
Come
most
on.
influential businessman in Africa.
Come on.
And I was 64 and he was 94 and still working.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So it's true what they
94
say
and
about
still
wealth
working.
in the old age. It's more
Yes.
nicer.
You've got, it's a work ethic. That's what you're used to doing. You see, when you come out of school, you're used to playing. You're used to having a wonderful time. You go to varsity, it's parties and that. Suddenly you come to work, it's a different story. You've got to work if you want to earn that salary. Because a lot of people get the job, but they don't keep the job. I see it so often. They get the job, but they can't keep it. Because 1, they don't know how to do it. And 2, they haven't got a good work ethic.
So, Mrs. Hirsch, a lot of people are saying, well, there's so many furniture shops out there. Some would be asking, what sets Hirsch's apart from all the other competitors in the market right there?
It's very simple. Our people are different. If you go to any other place for a job, what happens is that the boss will take you, he'll sell your skills, he'll give you some money, he'll keep the rest. That's how business works. But at Hirsch's, what we do is we grow those people to be the best that they can possibly be. We want every person, every person when they were born, God put a seed of greatness inside them.
I love that.
And their mission in life is to find that seed and to grow it. And their purpose in life, when they found it, is to give it away. Now, my seed of greatness is that when I look at people, I look at you, I look at whatever I look at, I don't see you as you are, but as you can be.
Come on.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you could have done more with your life up to now, do you think you could have? You could have put more into your life. You could have.
Definitely.
You could have done more with your life. You
Definitely.
could have done a hell of a lot more, but you parked off and you played and this and that. So with everybody, they could have done more with their life than they could have. And that's how I see them. And I grow them to be the best they can possibly be.
So, Mrs. Hirsch, I like what you say. There's a seed of greatness in everybody. Don't give up on yourself right there, guys. So, someone is probably a woman, she's a 21-year-old woman. You spoke about the lady in Mhlanga.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women thinking, oh, I'm going to go into a male-dominated industry. I can't make it. I'm still too young.
Oh,
I'm black
no.
and all. Mrs. Hirsch, what would you say to a young woman? I want to be like Mrs. Hirsch, but I'm afraid I might come across as too independent for men. Or
You will be.
women
A
will
lot of
not
men
be.
don't like independent women. You've got to understand that. My biggest problem at Hirsch is my women start earning more than their husbands, and their husbands don't like it.
Oh, my.
I'm telling you, that's a problem at Hirsch.
My goodness.
I'm telling you. So my manager here, I mean, she earns a lot of money. These girls earn a lot of money, and sometimes the husbands don't like it.
So what would you say to another woman out there who's saying,
Just
I don't
go
know where
out.
to start, I don't know what to do, I just don't know, I just
Sorry.
feel like, no, being a woman is too much of a disadvantage for me.
No.
What would you say to them
I'd
right now,
say
Mrs. Hirsch?
my goal in this life is to make every woman financially independent, because a financially independent woman doesn't have to put up with a man. We could get rid of gender-based violence overnight if that woman is financially secure, because she can leave, she can take her children, she can buy her own home, she can buy her own motor car, she can feed and clothe her children and educate them herself. She doesn't need that man to be in her life. If she wants him in her life. And today in the meeting here, a lady stood up and she said that she was with a man who was beating her every single night, and I gave her the strength to actually leave him. She left him and she met the man of her dreams, and she is so happy today.
My goodness me, such an inspirational story, ma'am. Hey, starting a business with my partner could be a little bit tricky. But what do I have in my hand here, ladies and gentlemen? Look at this right here. The Hirsch's magazine for this month. It says here, Ellen and Margaret celebrate 50 years of marriage.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what I just want to know, for me who's still single like Nyaks here, this guy is scared of women. He doesn't know how to wash them out. So we want to know, ma'am, what pearls of nuggets what nuggets of wisdom can you give us to say you can make it in business? Both of you can be business people, and you can actually make it thrive and be happy and successful for over 50 years of marriage, ma'am.
Yeah.
That is almost, that is Nyaks's age times 3 almost, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
we'd like to know, ma'am, what pearls of wisdom can you give us? And would you encourage people to go into business with their partners or family
Absolutely.
members?
You know, so why do most people get divorced? Because they grow apart. If you're in a business together, you have a common interest, you have a common goal, you work together to make sure that it's successful. So I'm a great believer in family businesses. I believe that, you know, you can trust your family. You know, you've got to be able to trust somebody, so you trust your family, and you can trust them. And even if they do steal, at least it all stays in the family.
Okay.
You know, so you haven't got a problem. So I'm a great believer in family businesses, in the strength of a family business, and the strength of family. Because what is wrong with this country? This country is, the family is starting to crumble, it's starting to fall to
My
pieces.
goodness
If we
me,
can get
such an important
families
point.
strong together and build that strong foundation, families know that they can grow together, they can eat together, they can work together, what better way to build this country up than to have family businesses?
I love that, man. I love that so much, ma'am. You're actually resonating with me so much because this is what the Jews do. This is what the Indians do. This is what the Asians do.
Yeah.
They keep it within amongst
Yeah,
themselves.
But other people, they fight with each other all the time, and that doesn't work. You can't fight with each other in a business because it doesn't work. You have to get on together. You have to work as a team. So, yeah, I'm a great believer. I'm a great believer in marriage. I believe you've got to find the right person. Your partner will bring you 99% of your happiness or your unhappiness in your life.
Goodness me.
So it's very important to choose the right person. Next, don't rush into it, boy. You've got to take it slow and find the right person.
Nyaks must listen to this. He needs to hear this together with his other friends.
Yeah.
But I do understand you, ma'am. Someone is asking them, this is a real estate channel.
Yeah.
So I want us to open people's minds. Someone is asking themselves, how do appliances and furniture add to the value of a property or of a home or any real estate building? Like the ambience, the atmosphere that it creates in the place.
Huge
How
difference.
does it add?
I'll give you, for instance, one of my developers built a set of townhouses in Mhlanga, six beautiful townhouses, but he ran out of money towards it, so he put the cheapest appliances in. And he came to me and said, Margaret, I'm not selling. I don't know why. These are beautiful townhouses, but I'm just not selling them. So I said to him, look, you've really got some Mickey Mouse appliances in there. Let me take them out. I put in AEG, and they look beautiful. I put an AEG just into the show flat, and he sold the show flat the first weekend. And from there, we sold all those 6 within 2 weeks. And it was because the appliances, because people can't tell the value of the bricks and the cement and that, but they can tell the value of a good appliance in a home. Yeah. Also, we have what's called home staging. So if people want to sell their house, you don't realize sometimes your house is a bit scruffy. You know, you got a little this you left there and that you left there, and the house is a bit scruffy. We have people who come in who do what's called staging, where they get rid of all the clutter out of your house, make it all look neat and tidy, and just design it so that it looks good, and people will sell that house straight away.
My goodness me, guys, you heard it there. For those who want to invest in property, those who are looking to sell their homes, those who are looking to buy homes, you know how important it is to have the right appliances, the right furniture. And if you're interested in doing so, my details are right below this video. Get in touch with me on the socials. You know what to do. So as we are in closing right now, Mrs. Hirsch, I want to know from your side, with the fourth industrial revolution taking over our lives, we just came from a COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
What are your future plans in business with Hirsch's, as well as maybe perhaps your property or any other business that you might have?
Well, I have lots of business. I have a big property business as well. I love property, and we're going to talk
Part
about
two is
property
coming
next
up. Part two. When do you want us to drop part two? Let me know in the comments. Tell me, and then I'm going to put Mrs. Margaret Hirsch under pressure to say, Mrs. Hirsch, my fans are crying out for part two next month, and then who knows, we might surprise you even. So part two of the property interview, where we're going to discuss investing, developments, all of those things, we're definitely going to have it with Mrs. Hirsch. But for now, the future plans, ma'am.
So for now, the future plans, we are expanding all the time. So I don't know if you know, I also own the Samsung shops around the country, Mall of Africa, Sandton City, Gateway, Pavilion, and Constantia Village Mall in Cape Town. So we're opening a new Samsung store in Ballito in the big mall there. And then we've got another big branch opening in Tiger Valley in Cape Town. It'll be a bigger store than this. So we've got our online store is huge. It's just growing exponentially because a lot of people are buying online now as well because they can trust us. You know, sometimes you see these things, you don't know that you can trust them. We've been trusted since 1979, so people can buy online with us. Our online store is growing, and we're exporting to Namibia, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, all of the states around us.
So you've got an African footprint right now.
Yeah.
Wow, Mrs. Hirsch, if anyone needed inspiration today, definitely me. And first and foremost, ma'am, thank you so much. We know you're a very busy woman. You could have just easily bypassed this interview and said, I'm too busy, but we want to thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you for your inspiration, ma'am. Thank you for your nuggets of wisdom. Truly inspired. Thank you for allowing us into your store and making time for us. It cannot go undervalued, ma'am. And just your last words to South Africans. We come from a very tough period. A lot has been going on. We've experiencing load shedding issues up to stage 6 now. People are so gloomy, you know, people are so down. What can you just say in terms of life, business, success? Can you just inspire our viewers?
Everything goes in cycles. It goes in cycles. It's down and it's up. We have load shedding and then the lights come back on. And it's the same in your life. You know, you've just got to take every opportunity that comes your way. You've got to understand your own value. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to know that you can do anything if you try hard enough. And the difference between a winner and a loser, the winner is the one who just keeps going. The loser is the one who quits. Winners never quit and quitters never win. So you need to make sure that you stay on board and you keep going in the direction of your dreams. Have your goals written down, have a vision board, and work towards it every single day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Mrs. Hirsch, we're just going to play a quick game. We're not all serious here on All Things Real Estate. It's not too tricky, though. So I'm going to give you a couple of brand names. This game is called Which One? I played it with my mentor, Mr. Milan Milosevic of Riches Beyond. So now I'm just going to throw in 2 words, and you have to choose which one goes, right?
Okay.
So let's start with Samsung and Hisense. Which
Samsung.
one? Samsung.
Yeah.
Okay. Samsung goes, so Hisense stay. Hisense or Siemens?
Siemens.
Siemens or Whirlpool?
Siemens.
Siemens or LG?
LG.
LG or AIG?
LG.
LG or DeFi?
LG.
LG or Samsung?
LG.
Real estate or furniture?
Real estate.
Real estate developments or real estate investing in houses?
Investing in houses.
South Africa or USA?
South Africa every day.
Monday or Hirsch's?
Hirsch's.
That's how we end it. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. We
Thank you.
appreciate your
Thank
time.
you very much.
Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, billionaire woman, businesswoman here. Guys, if you're not doing anything with your life, listen to this interview many, many times. Not just for the view. There's so many pearls of wisdom that have been dropped right here. Please do make sure you listen and listen carefully. Listen to it at least twice. I'm definitely going to do it because so much has been dropped right here. We talk about marriage. We talk about success. We talk about entrepreneurship, the furniture business, property. Guys, make sure you do stay tuned to All Things Real Estate. Some brand new content is dropping, more powerful than this. Better stuff is coming. part 2 of this interview is coming as well. We're going to be talking everything when it comes to real estate. So, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, Billionaire from Alex Mondendlovu signing out. Thank you.
Thank you.